Hi everybody. A few people asked how I make my eggplant parm. Last night I had a bushel of eggplant from the farm and I cut the ends off. I removed the peel. Some people like to leave it, but I prefer it off. And then I sliced as thin as possible. So just a hint when you're doing eggplant is start slicing the fatter part of the eggplant first. It's just easier to handle. So I left that in the refrigerator overnight. I had the silver bowl on the bottom that's now empty, and I still have to do this whole bowl. And what I'm doing is after I cook them, they're going on sheets like this to quick freeze. Right now they're just cooling a little bit, and then I'm going to put them in the freezer. This bowl is empty, but it had a dozen eggs in it. I'm going to put another dozen eggs and whip them up, and I add a tiny little bit of milk to it. This is actually just Italian breadcrumbs. So what I would do is I would take one of the slices and put it in the egg wash, and then it would go in here, and I'd flip it and coat it, and then it would go here, and that's what they look like. So they're just lightly breaded. They have the egg wash on it first, and then the Italian breadcrumbs. So this is corn oil, and I'm gonna switch it out in a little bit. I figured when I start the next bowl, I'm gonna start fresh with new oil and new eggs and all of that. Okay, so in here, they're about to need to be flipped. So over here, you just flip them. So I like them golden brown. I'm not gonna do the whole thing because I wanna show you the rest of what I'm doing real quick. Alright, so that is what, it's just time consuming. It is not hard. It's just time consuming. Okay. When I just dropped it. Okay, so when they're done, I put them on paper towels, let them cool a little bit. But I'm actually gonna make up an eggplant parm really quick for you. You can use homemade sauce. In this particular case, I don't have homemade sauce made yet. So, let me do this. Alright, so you take a little bit of sauce and you just put it right on the bottom. It's hard to do with just one hand. Here we go. Alright. And then you take, it's very, very simple. So now you're going to take your eggplant slices and just put a layer. Go very light on the sauce, because if you put too much sauce, all you're going to taste is sauce, and you won't really get to taste the eggplant too much. So just kind of fill it in, and then it's a matter of layering. I'm going to put a little bit more, oops, if I show, a little bit more sauce. Honestly, you don't need a lot, kind of like if you were doing nachos or something. And then just spread it out. With two hands, that would look prettier, but it's not at the moment. And then what you would do is take mozzarella, shredded mozzarella. You can use Italian style. Over here I have both kinds, but I'm using plain right now. You can also add Parmesan cheese that I don't have my second hand to open right now, but you can sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan. And then you continue and you make another layer like that. And I'm waiting for these. So now you would just, I'm going to put the sauce again, another mozzarella, and one more layer. And then when you get to the top, that's where I go a little heavier on the mozzarella cheese. Okay, so it's super easy. So now you would take this, put it in the oven. Because it's all cooked, you're basically just heating it and getting it to be golden brown. So put it in the oven at 350, watch it for 20 minutes to a half an hour is all you need. These can also be frozen, and just cover with foil. You're gonna have to put it in for longer because it's frozen. Remove the foil at the end so the cheese can get all nice and golden, and it's super yummy. So with the other ones, what I'm doing, those are okay. I have one more plate. with these, they're going into the chest freezer, and I'm quick freezing them, because if I was to stack them now like this, they're gonna end up being in freeze like this. They're gonna all be stuck together. So I'm doing the quick freeze, and then we'll bag them up. And as we need them, we can make eggplant parm dinners, eggplant parm subs. We'll have eggplant to make with whatever we'd like to over the winter. It's a lot of work, but it's nice and it saves you a ton of money. So that's the scoop. I gotta let you go because I dropped my spoon that flips the eggplant. And here's a half made dinner. So if you have any questions, if I forgot something that's an important bit of information, just send me a message and I can help you. That's all there is to it. It's production work. Have a great day, guys. Bye.